Two investors both want the same thing, $1,500 in passive income per month. Maybe you want that too. And both investors start with $30,000, which they put towards the same strategy, to buy a website that gives them $1,500 per month. But only one investor gets it right, and the other one, he's still wondering how he wasted $30,000. What went wrong, and how can you get it right? If you want to make $1,500 of passive income from $30,000, then tap the like button and let's get into it. And by the way, thank you for hitting the like button. It means a lot, and I really do appreciate it. You're about to get the map to creating $1,500 in passive income. But towards the end of the video, I'll show you a fast, easy way to make sure you're not buying a site with useless content. So stick around for that so that you don't waste your money. First off, if you've got $30,000, you need to understand the idea of valuation multiples in online business. Why do you need to know about multiples? Because the multiple is how we know the price of a business. Would you go shopping without knowing the prices of what you're buying? Nope. Well, if you're going shopping for a business, then you want to know about multiples. How do you figure out the multiple? You take the price of the business and divide it by the profit of that business. In other words, it's how many dollars it takes for you to buy $1 of profit. For example, say a website, bigbucks.com, earns $1,000 per month in net profit. Net profit here means revenue minus expenses. All the money coming in minus all the money going out. And say that bigbucks.com is for sale for $30,000. That means the multiple of bigbucks.com is 30, or 30x, you can say. How do you get that? You divide the asking price of the business, $30,000, by $1,000. Websites can have a range of multiples based on what the business is. Its traffic, how much ad revenue it gets, its branding, its email list, a bunch of stuff. Some websites are valued at an 18 multiple, some at 32, some at 45. It just depends on the business. And you may be thinking, well, William, if a multiple is the price of a business, then why not find the lowest, cheapest multiple website? Skrrr. Pump the brakes. A lower multiple isn't always a bargain signal, because a low multiple could mean the website has tons of risks and it's cheap for a reason. And we're here to minimize risk, not gamble. Say you're considering lowermultiple.com. It's at a 15 multiple and the asking price is $30,000. That means it makes $2,000 of profit per month. Lowermultiple.com has been around since 2001, which is forever on the internet. Yet the 15 multiple whispers caution. Why is it so cheap? Does it have seasonal traffic, or is traffic declining, or are there unseen risks? You want a business that has consistent traffic and revenue, rain or shine. With $30,000, let's weigh our options. You could buy the 15 multiple site, or you could buy a higher multiple site, highermultiple.com. It's also for sale at $30,000 and it makes $1,500 per month. So it has a multiple of 20. It's more expensive, but the higher multiple could mean it's less risky. The latter might offer a smaller immediate return, but you could get greater stability and less surprise, a vital aspect of minimizing risk. We'll get back to minimizing your risk in a second, but I wanted to ask you, when it comes to buying a website, what do you think the risks are? Let me know in the comments below. How do we know which website is a better deal? How do we know the risks? The answer: due diligence. Due diligence is doing your homework on a business. It's asking lots of questions. Parts of due diligence are verifying the financials, learning the site's SEO history, and understanding the full picture of traffic, especially for a site with a legacy, like our example. Does it have a loyal readership? How does traffic ebb and flow with the seasons? And why? Does it spike up during the holidays? Or does it follow trends in pop culture? You want to get as much traffic history from Google Analytics as you can, so that you can understand what drives the traffic. If a site has unexplained drops in traffic, that's not good. If a site has been declining for years, you should really pause and understand what's going on and whether you think you can turn it around, or whether it's too hard and just find something that's easier. Like if highermultiple.com has nice, gradually rising traffic, that could be part of why the multiple is higher. And you want to know what you're buying, like the content of the website, how valuable its audience is. So actually read the articles. Read through the content of the website. Say lowermultiple.com has junky articles with lots of filler, bad pictures, and out-of-date information. How valuable is that to the audience? And then you want to look at how easily the audience can come to the site. That's backlinks. How easily can a visitor from another site come visit highermultiple.com? How well do the articles rank on Google search results? Do the articles pop up on page 1 in the top 1 or 2 results, or are they on page 3? It makes a huge difference to traffic and revenue. You can try tools such as Ahrefs for checking backlinks and domain authority. Another question to ask is if there are ad network dependencies. The risks associated with ad networks such as Ezoic, Raptive, and Mediavine. What's the danger if traffic falls below a certain threshold? A lot of people don't know this, but if a site changes owners, the ad networks might change the payout rate to the owner, even if traffic hasn't changed for the site, which you wouldn't necessarily know from looking at the financials or traffic history. So you've got to check for all these things. Okay, so we're still comparing our two sites, HigherMultiple.com and LowerMultiple.com. Say you've looked through both sites, their content, and HigherMultiple.com has a wealth of content and a decent domain rating, say in the 30s or 40s, and it has a decent number of backlinks to high authority sites, but it needs a modern touch, faster load time and improved design. These are not just cosmetic changes. They're vital for user retention SEO, which translates directly to revenue. Here's what I'm getting at. Remember that after you buy your website, you could need to put in more cash into improving the site. So maybe don't buy the biggest site you can and not have any money left over to make improvements. If you've done your due diligence well, you should be buying something profitable from the first month, and that profit can go into improvements in the business. But still, you need to have some dry powder, some extra cash. So count likely costs for improvement. Use those costs when you're valuing the site. You may be thinking to yourself, how can I judge how good the content on a site? How would I compare the content between two different sites? You may not know anything about the niche of the website. For example, our two websites could be about frogs and interior design. How on earth are you to judge how good the content is? How can you measure how good the content is on a site? Do this. 1, find the number of indexed pages. For example, 146 indexed pages. 2, find the domain rating, DR of 37, to assess the content quality. So fewer posts with higher DR suggests better content quality. For example, if HigherMultiple.com has 100 articles and a DR of 50, that's pretty good content. These articles pack a punch. On the other hand, LowerMultiple.com could have 1,000 articles and a DR of 8. That's a higher quantity of content, but a lower quality. So during your due diligence, look beyond sheer content quantity and assess the impact of content on the site's authority. There are so many potential risks when you're buying an online business. To cut out the complexity of due diligence, get our due diligence framework that we have used to help us and our clients make millions and save millions of dollars when buying online businesses. This framework takes the guesswork out of buying a business. Check it out in the description below. So how do we turn that $30,000 into $1,500 monthly? Methodically. Do your due diligence on lots of sites. Those sites need to be within your buying criteria. Focus on identifying risks and limiting risks. Use multiples to judge and compare your options. Always use an expert to double check your work. That will help you see risks that you never knew about and will help you get a solid valuation so that you don't overpay for a junk site. Consider that lower multiple sites aren't necessarily cheaper. They may just have more risks. When you find a site within your buying criteria and have identified its risks and know what it's worth and have had an expert double check your work, then you can confidently make an offer. If you approach the deal with an informed mindset, you can negotiate from a position of strength, negotiate with the insights from your due diligence, and you can turn your $30,000 investment into $1,500 a month. Hey YouTube watcher, what's up? It's William Griffin, and if you have watched this video up until now, please smack that like button, and I'm glad you're liking the video. Also, thank you so much for watching, and I hope your day is going really, really well. Also want to ask you, please consider subscribing, because my commitment and exploration on YouTube is about to blow up. Stories, polls, more amazing content, and more engagement, more surprise and delight for you. This is the time to subscribe. I hope you consider it, and I hope I see you on the next video.